The video tells us that 17th century England is where the Enlightenment has its roots. The Enlightenment, a period of intellectual history that begins in the late 17th century and endures across the 18th century, and no figure stands so clearly on the beginnings of the Enlightenment as a man named Thomas Hobbes. Hobbes' political thoughts was shaped by the events of the world around him, in a particular the English Civil War, but it will represent in some ways a fundamental breakthrough political thought going back to the ancient traditions. In fact, stretching back to the Aristotle. Hobbes will start a conversation about the natural of law, about the natural of justice, about the natural of political society that will send the conversation of in entirely new directions. But at the same time, Hobbes himself is battling against forms of political thoughts that have deep roots in the ancient world and were in fact revitalized in Hobbes' own day. Hobbes was a royalist, and when England descended into civil war in the 1714 year, Hobbes himself would go to Paris, where he was in the safe environment of the foreign country as force under the command of Cromwell, proclaiming England a Commonwealth and overthrew the king, Charles I. It's Charles I. It was in the midst of this bloody civil war in England waged between the King Charles and his defenders and the parliamentarians, those who wished to declare England a free republic. Thus, Thomas Hobbes composed the work for which he is a most famous a books called The Leviathan. The Leviathan is a profound defense of royal power and what makes the Leviathan so significant is that Hobbes provides a defense of royal power in England that is independent of any Christian claim to the kingship. It's a purely secular defense of the royal power in England. Hobbes articulates this defense of royal power against those who favored the supremacy and the sovereignty of the Parliament in England, and Hobbes will offer an account of why the king's power in this society was just, legitimate, authoritative, sovereign. That is the message of the Leviathan, written in its specific moment in time, and yet the ways in which Thomas Hobbes would justify royal power will forever change the natural of political philosophy.